Hey there, Hofstra fans. Welcome to this week's edition of the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. I'm Mike Sullivan, joined as always this week by head coach of the Hofstra men's lacrosse program, Seth Tierney. Coach, how's everything going?
Thanks, Mike.
Coming off a 7-6 win over a very talented Siena team out of the MAC. You hand them their fourth loss of the season. It was a close one down the stretch. You score in the final couple of minutes to win it. Just take me through all four quarters, back and forth game. How did you think your team fared?
Yeah, I mean, we knew what Coach Feck and his team were all about. They got a couple of very talented players. They got good schemes on defense. They got a goalie that that could make some great saves and did, especially to his offside, face-off guy that's capable. They're a dangerous team, and we stayed the course. Our guys did not get rattled at all, and one play at a time. Corey Hendrickson stepped up to get the game-tying goal and the game-winning goal, I believe, and Chris Silva had a couple of big saves in the throughout the game, and it tilted our favor.
Take me through the final couple of minutes and take me through Corey's game winner. What did you see from your possession there on offense, and why were you able to get that seventh and end up game-winning goal?
Yeah, I mean, we were going back and forth on which offensive sets we should take a look at, and we thought it was a day for the middies, and Corey was getting a short stick and he was doing a good job with it, and even when he had the pole, he was doing a good job with it as well. So, but again, just a good hard dodge to tie it up, to get underneath and to bang one in the goal, and then the last one came on man up. We went through an initial look and it wasn't there. They did a good job, so we went to our secondary look, and Torrin Barn and Sam, they did a good job reading how they were going to play something, and then it ended up Corey stepping into a gap, and that was a big time shot.
Take me through Corey's season, really all year long. A breakout performance Saturday with those 4 goals, but how important has he been to you to be able to put him on that top midfield line for him to excel all season long?
Yeah, Corey is, the way he's wired, he's always playing like he's got something to prove, and that's something that's really important. Sometimes it's hard to find in the recruiting process, but Corey, every time he steps on the field, he plays like he's got something to prove. And some things haven't gone his way at times, a couple of shots, missing the goal, saves, whatever it may be. He's very, very hard on himself. He demands perfection, and it was great to see a game like that come out of it for him, so he can at least exhale for a little bit, and then hopefully he comes back tomorrow night against Marist and has a similar performance.
And where do you think this sort of resiliency from this team has come from all season long? You've played pretty much every single one of your games has been close down to the wire, and yet we're sitting here 7-3, ranked number 14 in the media poll now. What has been this team's key to winning all these close games?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the captains have done a good job. I think that these guys, in the past, the leaders, the seniors and juniors, that those guys have had trying, 1 or 2 years years ago, and that plays a role in your experience and how you're going to get prepared and how you're going to get wired for this season. So, start with Anthony Zappone and Torrin Barn, but make sure that you include the entire senior class as well as the entire junior class. They kind of put their foot down and poise, guys making plays. Again, we're missing John Reichert, who's one of our best defenders on the team, and we can't forget about that because those guys are stepping up. Corey Hendrickson, a sophomore, Chris Clark, a freshman, Sam, a sophomore. There's some young guys that are mixed in there, and we need to, Steven Satterway, freshman, we need to make sure that, that there's a good balance and understanding that, the next game is really just the only game.
Heading into this week, final couple of home games of the season. You got a 2-game week, Marist coming up tomorrow, and then Cornell's senior day on Saturday. Let's start with the Red Foxes, another team out of the MAC that has some depth on offense, 5-6 players, I believe, with at least 20 points. What have you seen from Marist this year?
They are a talented offensive team, and they're scrappy, they play hard. They're a blue-collar team, and we got to be ready for their best effort. We got to give them our best effort with only really a 1-day turnaround with a day off. Today becomes really important in our preparation. Tomorrow during the day, just to go over a few things, and then tomorrow night here at Jewett Stadium. So it's going to be it's a huge game for us. It's we need to keep things rolling. We need to get our attack back into it, as they got to put some points on the board for us. We got to do a better job at the face-off X, and we got to win the ground ball water more.
As a coaching staff, with sort of that Cornell game looming this weekend as a top 10 team, especially today in practice and heading into tomorrow, is that something you have to really emphasize not to overlook this game coming up against Marist?
No, without any disrespect to Cornell, I don't even know who we're playing after Marist. Right now, it's just Marist, and that's it. There'll be plenty of time to worry about what's going to take place later on in the week, later on in the season. But right now, it's the Marist Red Foxes for us.
And Coach, before we get to your key to the game, take me through the senior class. Torrin Barton, Anthony Zappone, the captains, Drew Caholen, Lance Poor, Corey Caputo, really headlining that group that has made an impact this season. What have they meant to your program?
Yeah, a lot of 5-year guys there, and 4-year guys, and 1 5-year guy with Drew Caholen. And you know, everybody says it. It's not a cliche. It's absolutely true. You're only as good as your senior class, and when you have seniors that have played an awful lot of lacrosse for you and they've been through the gamut, then you know things they're going to settle the team down during tough times. They're going to focus the team during good times. So you don't end up being a front-running type team where the highs are so high and the lows are so low. We've got to keep even-keeled. We've got to make sure that we play one play at a time, live in the moment. And again, today, let's let that senior class and with the help of the junior class, let them make sure that we have a focused preparation for Marist.
All right, Coach, what's going to be the key to get a victory tomorrow and heading into the weekend?
I mean, tomorrow I would think that it's going to be ground balls. I mean, we didn't win the ground ball war against Siena. We got to get back at it, and we got to have the ball. Obviously, they're a talented offensive team, putting up 11 point something, close to 12 goals a game. We got to have the ball, and you know, if we can do that, then we're taking a step in the right direction. But we got to be all over the ground tomorrow night.
The Hofstra Pride men's lacrosse team, 2 games this week, both at home, tomorrow against Marist, Saturday against Cornell. You can catch both of those games right here on GoHofstra.com. For head coach Seth Tierney, I'm Mike Sullivan. Thanks for tuning in to the W. Mason Coaches Report.